So I'm going to spotlight our workstation and we'll talk about the items we need for this right now, inshallah, and then we will go and get started. So these are some examples, and these ones I had made out of old book pages. So these are from like a used bookshop, and they always have a 50-cent shelf. So I got these several years ago, and I've used them for so many art projects that require using pages and things like that. This book actually has a hand, is it this one? No, it's this one. It has a hand, someone's signature in it from 1953. So it's pretty cool. Just fun to have a historical way. Other than that, if you don't have the pages, that's not a problem. You can just use plain printing paper will do, construction paper will do, and then any drawing materials. And I have some quotes to support you in the notes, because I wanted to put some Persian poets who are like Muslim poets from the past, and they wrote beautiful quotes. Of course, you've heard of Rumi, you've heard of Hafiz, and then there's Fariduddin al-Attar, and there's also Yunus Emre. These are 4 very famous Persian poets. So they all wrote really catchy quotes, and I'll put them in the chat so we can copy them and insert them into our envelopes and then put them around in mysterious places. Okay, that's what's happening. So let me begin by starting with how to do, I had put also, sorry, on the list I had put glue stick. So traditionally and technically speaking, origami should not require glue. That's the mastery of origami. But I found that a little glue can help make sure this thing stays a little bit stuck. Like right here, there's no glue on this one because the fold, it puts one fold into the other, which secures it. But it's a little bit floppy and it could easily come undone if not treated softly. So I think let's just maybe use the little glue. We'll break the rules a little bit. Why not? This is our rules. These are our rules. Okay, so let's see. Let's, inshallah, begin with a piece of paper, okay? I'm gonna show you a large sized one. And then once you've done it in a large size, it's much easier to duplicate it into smaller sizes. So if that's what if you prefer, but if you prefer it larger, that's fine too. So take your piece of paper, could be construction paper, could be a paper page, page of book, it could be construction paper, printing paper, lined paper, really there's any paper works. And the first thing we want to do is, inshallah, let me put it on gallery view and make sure that everybody's following. If you're not following, I want you to know that this is being recorded, but I'm not going to be posting it on YouTube or anything. So if you want to, open your camera or you want to communicate with me, the only people who would get the recording are people who would otherwise be part of this class, just private families and stuff. So that's up to you. I just want to disclose, full disclosure on recording. That's what's happening. So, okay, this is one sheet of paper here. And all I'm going to do to make a perfect square is I'm going to take this edge on the bottom and I'm going to line it up to the piece on the right. So maybe I should put a contrast because the white underneath will be easier for you to see with a blue background there. So all I did, you've probably done this before, is I took this corner and the bottom is that I lined it up with the right. So now this was a rectangle, right? Most paper is a rectangle, but we want a square. So I'm just going to cut this off. Scissors were on the material list for this class, but if you don't have scissors, the way you cut paper straight, this is just a handy thing to know, is you break down the fiber of the paper by creasing it back and forth in the same place several times. So what you do when you do that, breaking it down, and then it comes really easy to rip a straight line once you've broken down your paper. So, but I use scissors, and here I have this beautiful square. All right, so you guys have emojis, right? So maybe just throw up an emoji and let me know that Assalamu alaikum, Zahra. Nice to see you. Oh, also to let you know in terms of recording that because I'm spotlighted over here, that's the only thing that gets recorded. So none of you actually appear in the recording because this is being recorded unless you choose to share your final product, just to let you know that. Okay, good. I got thumbs up. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to, this is a square, and now I'm going to fold it this way. So the same way, it should already have a crease like that. All right, so now we have this. Easy peasy. Alrighty, lemon squeezy. Great, great. All right, and then give me a thumbs up when I go to next step. This is the hardest part of the whole thing, and it's not even hard. It's the easiest envelope. You're gonna use it all throughout life. When you run out of envelopes in life, it happens. Okay, all right. So now I have it here, and I have the point sticking up. The open side is up on top here. Okay. And I'm going to show this again because I see people joining. So I'm going to take the top and I'm just going to fold this tip back all the way to the edge of this one. Welcome, Aisha. I see you there, and I will show you. And Shahnoza, I will also show you again how to do this from the top, okay? Because I'm going to do it again, so don't worry. But essentially, all we have here is a square. It's folded in half, and from the tip, I just bring it back to this side. Good? Now give me a thumbs up when you got that. Okay, Salwa says, got it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this tip here and I'm gonna fold it the same way, but I'm just gonna do it a little bit less. I'm not gonna match it up to the edge. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space between the two. Let me pull it in closer. So you see how it's a little bit back when I folded it back? It's not, and so right here, that little space right there is where we can tuck, where we get to tuck it in. So, or where you'll see. I mean, where we fold and we tuck it in through these little slots right here. Make sense? All right, so once you have this, so now we have this. You can already see envelope is happening. Now what we're gonna do is on the right side here is you can use your left finger, depending right hand, left hand, right? If you're left-handed, you might be inclined to start on this side. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna start over here. So this crease over here and this side over here, I'm gonna take it and I wanna fold it in so that this side is now matching up with the bottom. The bottom matching up is a little more important than it lining up with your fold. But if you folded it right, it should naturally line up. Look, it's lined up at the bottom and it lines up there. So now you see half an envelope. And then, as you would suspect, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And it's just going to go in. Like so. And now you can see I have an envelope. However, the last step is just to take this little piece here and just tuck it into here. Let's see if you can see that. Take this here and you're just gonna tuck it into here. But like I said, it's pretty good, but it can kind of, bounce out. So like mine is. So I'm gonna do myself a favor and just glue it down because I feel okay with that. So I got that side down, and now I'm going to go here, and I'll get this side down, and then I'll just tuck it in. And now it's ta-da! Okay, and then there'll be this one piece here, and in here now I have my envelope, which means here I have my front of my envelope, here I have my back of my envelope, and it's ready for some art creation. I'll put this here as an inspiration for anyone who got this the first time and wants to start drawing on their first envelope, but I did see there was a couple of latecomers, so I want to show how to do these folds one more time before I join up. So for anyone who did this and wants to start, you can draw mountains, you can draw an ocean with a sunset, you can draw birds, you can draw hot air balloons, you can make a rainbow. It's really your design. Whatever you think is going to make somebody's day, make somebody's day. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to just make one more for anyone who wants to see this again. So if you're joining, you're going to take your paper and you're going to put it in portrait view. And you're going to take this bottom edge and you're going to line it up with the right over here. And you're going to press down, right? Because here we have a rectangle and we only want a square. So we're going to fold it this way and we're going to be removing this top section over here. Okay, so there we go, snippity snip. And you don't have to undo this at all. You can even just leave it here like this because that's exactly how we want it. Okay. And then just give me a thumbs up if you are following along with this tutorial that I'm doing right now. Okay, just okay, good. So awesome. All right, so now I'm going to take this first layer, just the first layer, and I'm just going to fold it back straight on back. Right, and I'm going to put the tip of this right with the edge of this, and I'm going to fold it down right there. So that's what we got so far. I don't know what this looks like. A pyramid, pyramids of Egypt. I'm not sure what else could it look like. A hat, a boat, a bird with one wing. I don't know. Okay, so now we have that folded, and now I'm going to take the second one. And I'm going to pull it back, but I'm not going to try to match it up. I'm going to leave just a little bit of a pocket right there. So it's like so, and I'm going to just press it down. Okay. So now I have this. Let me actually zoom in instead of I keep pulling it up to the camera. Let's make the camera go down to the paper. Let's use technology here. Where's my zoom? There we go. Okay, so we have it like this, like so. Everybody's like so. Ta-da. Shall I do the next two folds? Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to take my right side. You can start on the left, right? Same thing. And I'm going to use my finger to sort of secure this and kind of use it as a guide. And then you want to keep this straight. You want to keep this side and match it up to the bottom and make a straight crease, right? Envelopes are sort of, they become rectangles. So they're straight edges. I have a straight edge down there. Look, mine's like not even 100% lined up, but there's really room for error. Trust me. Look here, I have error. You don't even notice. It's fine. Okay, it's good to me. I'd be happy with this. So I'm gonna fold this here and do it again. And then you tuck this in. But my tails are sort of not supporting like a decent close. So in comes the glue. All right, so now I'm gonna just put some glue down here on the bottom. Press, press, press. And over here. And I just tucked it in and pressed. Now I have two envelopes. Sometimes you have to hold it a second. It depends on your glue. And sometimes you have to give a little gravity. And then there's my pocket in there. And it's ready for a note. Okay, but first let's decorate these a little bit, okay? Maybe I mentioned an ocean, so maybe I will do some sort of ocean waves. You can use a mix of markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you have handy, any coloring materials. So I'm just going to treat it, even though it's all separate in parts, I'm going to treat it as one surface. And I'll just go like this, and I'll and I can color it in. And please feel free to share what you've been inspired to draw. I call this pollinating, when we share our ideas and we get inspired by each other. It might be nice if you didn't put so many waves, you could also put a sailboat or something. And maybe I'll put a little flock of birds up here. You know how they fly in a triangular pattern. Some birds. And maybe we'll do a little rainbow. Rainbow colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. That's the order. Who memorized that order? Who can say it fast? I know you guys all can. And after doing this first one, I'm going to cut and paste my list of quotes that I assembled, but you're also welcome to write a personal letter. You can say anything you want. Text, you can include any message you want, even have a nice day or some inspiring message you've heard from before. Yellow. Okay, I see a few more people joined and you probably want to know how to do the origami. So I'm going to show how to do that in a minute after I upload the quotes for those who already have at least one envelope going. So I'm just going to finish my pretty rainbow and then I'm going to show you how to do it. Sounds good, everyone? Please write in the chat where are you logging in from? Inshallah. Tell me about yourself. Where are you coming from? Wa alaikum assalam, Hanifa. Good. All right, so here, for those of you who already were there when I did how to make that. Assalamu alaikum, Hanifa, lovely to see you, mashallah, la quwwata billah. Then you know, you can have this idea, you can be inspired by this. I think mountains, you can also do other non-nature things. If you like bicycles, if you like skateboarding, if you like, I don't know, you know how to draw. Snowflakes are great. Snowflakes are fun to draw. It is winter time. Whatever your hobby is, you can draw a picture of it on the outside of your envelope, okay? And you can also use the other side. Right, but I'm going to do now, whoever's just joined, I'm going to do an instruction on how to fold and cut an envelope. Are you ready? Yeah? If you're ready, give me like a thumbs up, give me an emoji. Halima from New Jersey, mashallah. Texas, yes. New Jersey, I'm over here in New York, not far. Mashallah. Canada, how nice. Inshallah. All right, so, okay, Hanifa's getting her paper. All right, so now what you do is you put it the portrait way. Oh, let me zoom out because I see now you're only seeing a fraction. All right, so I have my paper and portrait. All right, are you ready? You look ready. You're ready. All right, so now what I'm going to do, and I'm sure you've done this before, is I'm going to take this corner on the left and I'm going to take this bottom edge and I'm going to pull it over to the edge on the right over here. And I'm going to fold it. I'm going to try and line it up as best I can, you see? So it's like right on the line. If it's a little bit off, it's very forgiving. Don't worry. It's fine. So you just go from here and you're gonna fold it here. And now we have this extra portion here. We wanna cut it off. We can use that for the note. So don't just throw it out. We can use this extra piece of paper to write our note on that we're gonna put on the inside. We call them friends we've never met, right? We don't call them strangers. They're friends we've never met before. So that's who we're making these cards for. Just, you're gonna leave them in a book that you got off from the library. You can put it in a stranger's mailbox. You can leave it on a teacher's desk. You can leave it on the bus for someone to pick up and find. Whatever makes sense in your day-to-day life. Honestly, I live in a city, so maybe it's easier. It might be harder if you do live in a more rural environment, but there's always public spaces that you could find some cool place to tuck it in and let just Allah deliver it to the person it's meant for, inshallah. So here I have, now it's like a mountain, okay? I'm gonna take my mountaintop. You ready, Hanifa, for the next step? I'm talking to all of you, but I can only see Hanifa, so I'm just. Anza. Okay. She's Hanifa's. Yeah, you ready? Oh, yes, excellent. You got some nice Arabic writing on there already. Very cool. So now I'm going to take the top of the mountain and I'm going to pull it down to the bottom and just line it up here and fold it here. So now it's like that. Yep, you got it. Just give it a crease though, because you need to make sure you press on your fold. With the origami, your fold pressing is very important. Okay. Next is take this top of the mountain and we're going to bring this down, but it's going to be just like a few centimeters under. See? So it'll be the same way, but just a little bit behind the first one. So it's going to look like this now. Yep, got it. Okay. These people, mashallah. All right, so now I'm going to take my right side, this corner over here, and I'm going to try to make this edge flat by taking this part and lining it up with this bottom part by like this. So I hold my down here because that helps me sort of direct it. And I just press it down so that it meets up with the bottom here. So it was here, and now it went in like this. Yay, yes, you got it. And you're gonna do the same thing to the other side. And you are done. The only thing then is securing it with glue or tape so it doesn't pop out of shape. Okay. Sometimes you have to do it more than once. When they have origami competitions and stuff like that, you could never do the same fold twice, okay? They have very strict rules. You can't, once the paper's folded, it's never like not unfolded. So they have very strict rules about what is a proper origami, but we're just sort of playing around with origami. This is no competition. We have a different goal today. But I definitely respect those origami artists. They're amazingly talented and visionary. So now I'm just going to glue it down here. Oh, and last thing, Hanifa, and anybody else who's following this tutorial, this little, this point here, it kind of tucks inside of that little pocket on the other side. So, you know, you'll see that on a traditional envelope too, this sort of like folded over crisscross look. And now you have in here your envelope. Yeah. Oh, on your fourth one. Awesome, Salwa. Feel free to share what your coloring projects are, so we can all be inspired by your designs, inshallah. Now what oops, I didn't post the quotes and I said I would do that. So let me do that now. I'm gonna copy and paste and I'm gonna post it in the chat. It's a whole page of quotes. Let's see how easily it cuts and pastes. And we'll talk through a few of these. Why not? To really think about them, because these are the quotes of the great poets, and we can always benefit from the wisdom of others. All right, so there's a lot there I posted. Let me read a few, okay? Oh, they did the separation, the lines breaks didn't work out too well when I cut and pasted it, but I can read this to you. It says, we carry inside of us the wonders we seek outside of us. What do you guys think that means? We carry inside of us the wonders we seek outside of us. Any insight into the meaning of that? Hanifa?
I think it means like maybe I'm just guessing, but like maybe like you have wonders and you don't know what it is, but you can't get the answer to it, and you just carry it along with you.
You have, I'm sorry, didn't you?
You want me to say it again?
Yes, could you please?
I mean, like maybe it means like you have wonders that you want to know about things, but you don't know what they mean, and you can't get the answer, so you just carry it along with you.
That's very interesting. Somebody put a message. Let's see. Does anybody else have an insight what that might mean? It probably means that we want things that we already have and we don't know it. That I think you both have a very profound insight in us. Yes, like sometimes we're looking for love and appreciation, right? People are always looking outside of themselves for these things, but they're within ourselves. Like all the love we need, Allah is giving us in our hearts, and is so generous to us, and we can just have such an experience in our hearts with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here's another one. Only from the heart can you touch the sky. Isn't that beautiful? MashaAllah. Only with your heart can you access, the sky, the heavens. What's meant here is the heavens. Another one is stop acting so small. You are the universe in motion. These are all very similar ideas of stop looking outside of yourself, stop thinking small. Everything, the whole universe lives inside of you, is what it's saying. Another one, it says, as you walk on the way appears. And that is a very profound truth, that to seek your destiny, you have to walk forward. You have to keep walking. Let's see what else it says. Oh, this one's very beautiful. This is by Farida Din Al-Attar. He's the author of The Conference of the Birds. And it says, the home we seek is in eternity. The home we seek is in eternity. MashaAllah. Here's another one. Let love lead your soul. Make it a place to retire to, a kind of cave, a retreat for the deep core of your being. That's a longer one. Here's one by Hafiz. Your heart and my heart are very, very old friends. Hafiz says here too, I wish I could show you the astonishing light of your own being. I heard this, that the scholars say that if the believer's heart, the light of a believer's heart, the average believer's heart that believes in La ilaha illallah, if the light from it was revealed to the world, it would make the whole world shine. That's how strong your light is, from your belief from Allah. And it's not because we have the light, but because Allah is the light. And because we have belief in Allah, we actually glow on the inside. We glow inside, but we just can't see it. But Allah veiled that, because then we would be a big problem in society if we walk around glowing everywhere. Don't you think? It's like, put a lampshade on. You're glowing up the room. We can't see anything. So Allah put the veils on us so that no one can see our glow, but inside you're glowing. And when you pray, you can feel your heart glowing. Okay, this one says, the heart is a 1,000-stringed instrument that can only be tuned with love. Look at that, mashallah. It's saying the heart is so complex and the heart is so refined, and it's an instrument and it has 1,000 strings and it's tuned. You know, when you tune an instrument, if you tune a guitar or a violin, you have to adjust the tension on the cord to get the right sound. And it's saying it's tuned with love, the heart. Okay, somebody made some mashallah comments. It says, oh, mashallah, Zahra, can I spotlight you so we can see your example? Okay, I'm gonna spotlight you there. See, that's beautiful. I love your wildflowers. Those are gorgeous. Those look so pretty, mashallah. So I hope, so now with your quote on the inside too, I've noticed that my video was on earlier. Would you be able to? Oh, you weren't being recorded at that time because I was spotlighting. If anybody's worried about recording, I was spotlighting mine. So the only thing that gets recorded is the video that is spotlighted. So don't worry, if you appear in the final recording, I will edit it out. Okay, no problem at all. And okay, so now something with the notes. Okay, I hope, just let me know that satisfies you and you feel comfortable, because I wouldn't do that. Let me show you a fun way to also draw the shape of your letter. I don't have another sheet of white paper here, so I'm just showing you with red. If we want to do a letter and we want to make a quote, so I'm going to take a piece like this. I'll show it again, okay? But I'm just going to watch first and then I'll show you later. So I'm going to fold it over here and I'm going to make a cool shape. Right? This is a cool shape, right? So I can write my quote on there. Let's see, some people have made some other comments. On the day of judgment, the true believers will be glowing. That is true, mashallah. The true believers will be glowing, and that's how they'll be recognized amongst all of creation. They'll be like lamps on the day of judgment. Don't try to be perfect for you. Can I get my calligraphy pen? Yes, of course, get your calligraphy pen. Okay, I'm gonna pick one of these quotes and I'm gonna put it inside one of my envelopes. We get lots of library books every week, so I'm sure I could probably make so many of these and put them all in, and that would be fun. Let's see. Let me pick one. Okay, Hafiz says this: your heart and my heart are very, very old friends. That's nice. I think I'll write that. And make sure you put the quotation marks on around your quote. Oh, sure. You want me to show you how to make the envelope again? Alima, it was Alima, right? Because your name says Samsung, so I use Samsung too, by the way. So, but I think it's Alima. So here I wrote the quote on here, and I'm going to put Hafiz. Yes, Alima, cool. So I'm going to put Hafiz here. So you want to make sure you credit, unless you write your own quotes. So guys, think about making your own quotes. Like, I hope that you're having a beautiful day and your life is filled with joy and happiness and health. You can write anything. Okay, so Alima, I'm going to show you how to do it with this construction paper. Just the way you cut the orange paper, please. Oh, yes, this one, sure. How to cut one of these designs out. Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, so say I have a scrap piece of paper, all right, any size, but just it has to be smaller because we're trying to get it inside of one of these envelopes, right? So any size like this. So let me know when you got that. Just give me an emoji or something, and then I'll do what's next. Hafiz says ready, and she says she's ready. Okay, good. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fold it like it's a card. It can be lined. This is all gonna get cut off, so if it's not perfectly lined up, I'm not fussed. It's fine. Look, mine is unevenly aligned, but it doesn't matter. And now for instructional purposes, I'm going to use a marker to show you kind of the shape I think I want to cut out. But I did it initially just freehand. But I've done this many times, so maybe it's good if you want to have, if you have a specific shape in mind, you can then you can do what I'm doing. So I'm gonna make any design. Let's just see. I'm kind of going with the flow. All right, so I have this cool shape. And now from the closed side, all right, from on this side is open. When I cut this, it's going to duplicate this side because it's going to show up on the other side. So I have and if you're right-handed, I hold the left side with my left hand on the closed side, and I'm going to cut here. I hope that made sense. Yes, Hanifa wants to show how she made the quote. I want to see that too. So now I have cut this out, and I'm going to look at yours in a second, Hanifa. And now when I open it, I have a very cool template. Oh, wow. Look at how beautiful. It's gorgeous. Only from your heart can you touch the sky. That's so beautiful. You wrote it gorgeous. All right, so now I have this little template. Did that make sense, Alima? Alima? I'm not sure which way. Alima. Okay, good. So now I'm going to pick another quote. I love this one by Yunus Emre. Yunus Emre was a contemporary. That means he lives at the same time as Jalaluddin Rumi. Even though Jalaluddin Rumi was he's more well known, Yunus Emre was like very, very prolific and wrote amazing poetry similar to Rumi. Like love poetry to God, love poetry for God. Okay, so this says, a heart makes a good home for the friend. Isn't that beautiful? Like home is where the heart is, and you can make your heart a home for someone else. That's so beautiful. A heart makes a good home for the friend. That's Yunus Emre. Zahra, did you write your note? Not yet? You can even just remind someone that, you know, your life really matters. Sometimes we forget, you know, that our life matters. You know, it's that simple. Sometimes it just takes the smallest reminder. What's on Netflix? Yes, there is a movie series about Yunus Emre. That is true. It's on Netflix. So I'm going to draw on this side. There's some people who are very, very intelligent because they study hard and they have a very good logical sequence of thoughts. But there's some people who are very, very intelligent because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala illuminated their heart with wisdom. And there's difference. MashaAllah, Hanifa, that's beautiful. Look at you. Oh, wow, that's so nice.
That's my sister's.
Oh, that's beautiful. What's your sister's name?
Maria.
Lovely. Oh, so she wrote another quote on her own. This life is only temporary. Do something beautiful. Awesome. Oh, wow. MashaAllah. You're a poet. That's beautiful. I love it. Well done. I read this quote today. It said, if you want to be legendary, you have to do legendary things. It kind of reminded me of your quote. If you have big goals, you have to do big things. You have to make big moves. And brave, you have to be brave. That's the prerequisite of doing things that are unusual or exceptional is bravery. May Allah make us brave to do things that are meaningful and beneficial and kind and helpful to the world, inshallah. mashallah. Oh, thank you for that's very sweet. She said, thank you. Or is that from Yahya? Let's see who's that from. Oh, it's from Alima. Thank you, Sister Wajiha, for this beautiful experience. Very grateful. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Allah bless you. You know, I have this idea in my mind. Tell me your feedback. Is to do a short open hour series that's kind of a short series. And you've all heard of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? But have you heard of the names of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The Prophet also has many names that he's known by. Some were described from previous scriptures. Some were mentioned in the Quran. Some are references that are mentioned in Hadith. And some of his names are mentioned like as general facts. So altogether, his names also amount to 99. And some say more, right? So there's many, many names that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is identified by. So something I've had on my mind is that we could go through maybe mini-series at a time and learn about the names of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and talk about how does that name appear in his life, right? So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the most comprehensive name. The Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it means he is the praised one. He is the praised one. So much so that if somebody tried to insult him, just by mentioning his name in their insult, they praised him, right? So they couldn't even insult him. And some of the other scholars have said, every time you say Muhammad, you give 2 kisses. Say Muhammad, you give 2 kisses with your lips. So you can't even get out of praising Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam if you wanted to, which is how it should be, because he is the most beloved to Allah Most High, Habibullah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is an idea I wanted to confer with some of my teachers, these female scholars that I know, and get some of their insight onto the best way to proceed. But it will be similar to this. So we learn about the Prophet's name, and then we'll discuss some examples. And knowing you kids, mashallah, the kids that end up showing up here, mashallah, you know so many stories of your own. And we would talk about how the names of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they took shape in his life. Examples from his life that highlight that name manifest upon him. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Your brother's name is Hamid, and my dad's brother's name is Fahad. Yes, good. Fahad, maybe, I'm not sure if that's one of the names of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but Hamid is. MashaAllah. And also my name is Wajiha, right? And he is Wajih. Wajih is the masculine form of Wajiha. And that is, to be Wajih is also described by Isa alayhi salam. Wajihan fi dunya wa akhirah. So this describes somebody, inshallah, who has one face, not two-faced. Nobody wants to be a two-faced. So if you're Wajiha, inshallah, you have, inshallah, may Allah make us, they're trustworthy, the person who has a face, right? A trustworthy person. So inshallah, Allah give us these wonderful traits by our names that we've been blessed with. Hanifa, what a wonderful name. Like Ibrahim, Hanifan Musliman, wa ma kana min al-mushrikeen. Hanifa. So Hanifa means upright. Dinan Hanifa. Hanifan. So this is a deen that's Hanif. It's upright. It's pure monotheist. Pure monotheism. We don't believe in other than one God. So this is something. So what do you all think? Any feedback about this idea? Would you be joining me? Inshallah. Inshallah. And Sarah, I saw you just joined on. If it's the same person, you can just show me by a chat quote, or you can give me an emoji. Would you like me to show you how to do the folds for the envelope? Because if you joined later, then you didn't see how to do that. Would you like me to show you? Okay, Selva says she would be joining, and Sarah says yes to the envelope. Yes. Yay, Selma. Okay. Okay, great. So that's good. All right. So Sarah, the way you start is take any piece of paper, which you have white paper or you have orange paper. Yes, that's true, Selma. That'd be wonderful. I always welcome more time with you, dear. So, Sarah, you take a portrait view. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole situation. But this is a paper. Okay, now what you're going to do, and probably done this before, is you're going to take this corner, and you're going to, let me move it over, and you're going to fold it from here. This bottom edge gets lined up with this edge here, and you want to line it up as accurately as possible, but it's also, if it's not perfect, nothing bad will happen, inshallah. Just as best as you can. Try to get from this corner, just fold it up to here, so that we're going to have this extra portion here, and we're going to cut this part off. And once you have that, just let me know, and I'll do the next step. Great. Okay, so now if you have scissors, I want you to cut this extra piece off. Hopefully you have scissors. If you don't have scissors, I don't know, you might be able to fold it as I was showing before. You just keep folding it until it's easy to tear in one line. But let's see, I had scissors on the material list. I'm not sure if you saw it. But anyway, done. Awesome. Or is it same one? Okay, so now you're gonna just put it up like a mountain. Okay. Like a pyramid. And now I'm going to take the first layer, this back layer stays here. This first tippy top, it's going to go down to meet the bottom edge right here. And I'm going to crease and fold like this. So let me bring it closer so you can see. Okay. Right. All right, got it. All right, now I'm going to take the second tippy top and I'm going to follow the exact same lines, but it's going to fall a little bit behind the first fold. So it's going to stack on top like that with just a few centimeters difference between the two folds. And then just give me a little okay when you got that. Got it. Okay, so now we're over onto this side. I'm going to take this edge right here and I'm going to kind of use my left hand to hold this secure. And I'm going to fold this in so that this side lines up with the bottom over here. And I'm going to crease it here. So now you can already see the shape of a half of an envelope. Oh, okay, Hanifa, that sounds great. All right, so we'll fold that down like that. And now this side right here, I want to fold it same way. You got the first fold, then you got the second fold. And now what you'll have is a little pocket here where you can sort of tuck this tip into this tip so it overlaps. But as I was saying, I don't think it's secure enough to really hold it in place the way we would want it to stay together. So I just put a line of glue right here and I just force it down, and then I put a line of glue over here and I force this one down, and then I just put the tip right in there. And then you have your envelope, and it goes in here like this. And also, I think because you joined late, I don't know if the quotes appear for you in the chat. You can tell me if they do. So now we have an envelope. And then what you do is you make your designs all over it, and you make a note for the inside. And here's some examples. This one, maybe some other students would be so gracious to share some of their designs if you feel like it. Here's a pattern design. And we also cut out these shapes to put the quotes on. Sarah, if you want me to show you how to do that, just give me a little note and I'll show you how. I'm just gonna do some abstract art where I made a bunch of little sections and I'll color them in with different colors. How do you do that shape for the note? Yes. Okay. So let me show you how to do that. So I will use, what size paper should I use? I want to show you. All right. So I'm going to take a piece of paper. I'm just going to cut off any size. All right. Like this. All right. So you can use any sheet, like just any scrap piece of paper. It can be square. It can be rectangle. It doesn't really matter. All right. So tell me when you have a piece. And then I will, I'll show the shape. Got it. All right. So now what you do is just fold it over like a card. Oh, your cousin and you are done. Would you like to share your pieces? We'd love to see them. If you don't want, I won't spotlight you and you won't appear in the recording. And you also don't have to show your face. You can just turn on the camera and show us your art. We'd love to see. So Sarah, next thing you do is if you want to make a cool shape, you can trace it out before. I'll make a shape like this. That went the wrong way. Here's an interesting shape. I'm going to cut it out along the lines. So I cut it from the closed side. Don't cut it from the open side. So I got this cool shape. Oh, nice. Selva, that's beautiful. You really put a lot of love into that. It's gorgeous. Wow, that's a beautiful sunset. Did that make sense, Sarah? Yes, Hanifa. You'd like to get some feedback. It also got sort of wet. Your envelope. Okay, good. Whoa, mashallah, that's beautiful. Look at that script. It's gorgeous. Good job, Hanifa. You have a hand for script. Where did you learn how to do calligraphy?
Well, this was from a marker, but I did my calligraphy because, I don't know, it was really pretty. So then my mom started getting me calligraphy pens. So then I have a few calligraphy pens and I started learning cursive.
That is very special. Okay, Shahnoza also wants to show. Or did she? There she is. Nope, she's gone. She's here and she's gone. And Zahra. Oh, that's beautiful. Nice. It's gorgeous. And Shahnoza. Oh, wow. Look at all the rainbow colors. You really, and you made beautiful design, beautiful letter shapes there as well. Good. What quotes did you pick, Shahnoza? You can put in the chat if you want. Oh, I'm sorry, Amira. Now I know Amira, beautiful name. And my quotes are never doubt yourself and never doubt yourself, be you. I love that. There is no other you but you. There's only one you in the entire universe of all the galaxies, and there's so many, and there's only one you. And who else and why else should you be anything else? I love that. And make your life worth it. What beautiful quotes, inshallah. 1,000 years from now, Amira, people are going to be quoting you. The poet Amira. That's beautiful. And they say, like, when you're yourself, when you be yourself, then it gives people the courage to be themselves. Sometimes, you know, people, they just pretend friendly, like, how are you doing? I'm fine. You know, no one's like very actually telling what's really going on or their real feelings, but it's really good if you can just be honest. It lets other people feel like they're safe to be honest too. Gotta go, see you soon sometime. Love it, Hafsa. Take care. Always nice to see you when I see you, dear. It's been a while.
That was really fun.
I'm so glad. I missed you.
Me too.
I'm gonna be back, inshallah, more often. It's like a really busy time, but I'm happy to be coming back, inshallah. So I hope you see you more.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Yes, I'll actually be closing the meeting soon too, because the Maghrib here is so early, mashallah. It's coming up. My cousin wants to show his and don't mind. Okay. Okay. I love the funny kind. I live for the funny kind. You're telling me, Amira. I had a really funny one yesterday. Oh, that's beautiful. I won't ask what it says, but I think I have an idea. But it looks beautiful. It's gorgeous. You know, it's okay to be funny and make somebody smile, especially having a UK friendly time. Oh yeah. MashaAllah. Being funny is a good deed. You know, we always mention good deeds like feed the poor. What else are other good deeds? Like serve your grandmother, rub her feet, help your mom. These are good deeds, no doubt. But you know how you really get good deeds for making someone laugh and smile, especially in these times. It's like the bad news is like 90% and good news is like 10%. So if you can just make the 10% into 12%, you're doing a really good deed. The Prophet ﷺ, he would joke with his companions in a dignified way, in a way that's prophetically cultured, mashallah, and he would accept people who were extremely, mashallah, humorous around him, and he would laugh at their jokes and enjoy their company. chat. Who's there? Yeah, it's joke time. Amira's doing good deeds, sharing the good jokes. If anybody else has a riddle or a joke, now's your time. I have like 10 minutes. We can share some riddles and jokes. Who's there? Witches. Witches who? We're waiting for the punchline. So it's knock knock. Who's there? Witches. Witches who? Okay. And then well, I'm gonna say yours, Selwa, next. I'm gonna wait for the punchline of the witches one. Just typing. And then yours is next. Which is the way home? That's funny. Okay, so I'll say it all in one. Knock knock. Who's there? Witches. Witches who? Which is the way home? That's a good one. Okay. Let's see. Okay, but Selwa says, what can you not put in the palm of your right hand? I'm going to tell you, Selwa, how I did this pattern, but okay, she's going to give us the punchline. Okay, Amira knows. Okay, what you can't put in the palm of your right hand. She's going to tell us what it is. What Selwa says. Your right elbow. That is true. You know, you can also never put your elbow in your ear. In case you ever wanted to. It's not physically possible. All right, so also, Selwa, you asked how I made this pattern. This is what you're asking, right, Selwa? How I did this? Okay, so let me show you. It's so fun and so easy and very relaxing. You go like this. You take the surface. Actually, I have an extra one here, so I'll show you right now. All right, I'm going to use purple for my lines, but basically all I do is I just make a bunch of lines as if I'm wrapping it with some string or something. And it's all, there's no rhyme or reason or balance or system. It's just a bunch of lines overlapping each other. And then what you do is you pick different colors and you put them in between each section. And that's what's happening here. Here, I guess I had larger sections than I demonstrated here, but. You get the idea.
That comes through our headquarters office out of Washington, D.C. But ultimately, if the information they provided led to the arrest, which
Assalamu alaikum, Fatmata.
person would like to be
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to be closing the meeting soon, but if you join to see the envelopes, I can demonstrate it for you one time before I go.
Inshallah. Okay. I just joined, my friend just sent me the link. and
Oh, okay.
I thought it's over or you're just starting.
Oh, no, it's ending. So,
Oh,
but I can show you how to make the envelope and the project concept. So you have that.
please.
Would you like that?
Yes, please.
Okay, sure. All right, so just to show you our reference point, what we're making are these, we're calling them mystery, like mystery notes that, and the
Mhm.
objective is to spread a little love to what we call them strangers, our friends we've never met, right? So we're
Hmm.
gonna give them in between books pages of returning library books, or you can put them on your teacher's desk, or you can put them in your neighbor's mailbox. So
Hmm.
here, for example, is a quote from Hafiz that says, "Your heart and my heart are very old friends." Sorry, Fatama, I just muted you to take it personal just because there was some feedback. So your heart and my heart are very old friends, Hafiz, and then we just put it in the envelope. So now, and then we decorate the envelope and just make it super fun because that's art. And so, but now I'm going to show you how to make it. So let me, if you have a piece of paper you want to follow along with me, now's the time to have that, and I'll show right now. So just, you know how to use the emojis, just give me an emoji to let me know I'm good to go and you're set and ready. Or you can write in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. You're welcome to unmute yourself. I was just, there's some feedback, so I.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is just take the bottom left corner with this edge here, and I'm going to make this edge line up with this edge by just folding it up. So this bottom edge lines up with the corner on the right, with this ledge along here. That's it.
Trying.
Okay, and now I'm going to cut off this extra section. You can save this so you can use this for note writing or anything else. I always save my construction paper scraps. They always come in handy.
Okay, could have been more ready.
Okay.
I don't have a scissors, but I'll cut it.
Okay, if you don't have a scissor, then if you have this, then try to see if you can just fold it in so that you create a square. It's going to be a bulkier envelope, but just let me show you from this one. So you're going to go like this. I'll do it with you and let's see how it works out. I've never done this, but hey, that's art. We keep doing different stuff and see what happens. All right, so now to create a square, I need this to fold down here. So first I'm going to make a crease, and then I'm going to put it on the inside and just fold it over so that now I basically have a square like this. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, this experiment. All right, but now I have what I need, which is this.
No, I can still cut it when I make the crease. I can still cut it with on that line. If
Huh?
I can still cut it after
Yeah,
folding.
you can rip it. You can rip it off.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, good. If you got that, then all you need now is to have it up like a pyramid, like this, like a mountain. And you're just going to take, now you're with me, right? At this
Yeah.
stage? Okay. Now we're going to take the tip of the pyramid and bring it very down to the very edge right here on the bottom and just make a crease.
Okay.
Yeah. And now we're going to take this tip on the back end and do the same thing, but it's going to be a few centimeters behind the first one once you do it like this. So it should look like this.
I see.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so now this side over here, I'm going to fold it here so that this bottom goes here.
Can I
Folds
see
in
that?
like, yeah.
Which
Let me show you. So it's like this. Now I just folded it in like this. So this side right here is meeting up with this side here. So now you can see it's like half an envelope right now.
Yes.
Okay, so I see you. Sayonara. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And really that's it. In a perfect world, like this tucks into this and it stays down really well. But in my experience, it sort of pops up. So I prefer to take a glue stick and just give it one line of glue right here and just glue it down here so that it's secure. And then I just put it and you just tuck it in. So there should be like, this is the tip and then there's this little pocket in here and you just tuck it in and give it a little press. And I have a perfect envelope.
MashaAllah. Beautiful.
MashaAllah. Yeah, pleasure to have you. I'm sorry you got the link late, but
Yeah.
inshallah.
Sister sent it to me. She probably did, but I'm at work. So I just saw the message. I was chatting with her and then I left and I came back.
Oh,
Subhanallah.
mashallah. Okay,
But
fair. Well,
it-
next time we have a meeting, inshallah. Yeah, I had it today. The time does vary based on, Saturday schedules. And I see Karima Shibli also joined right now. So, Karima, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So we're at the tail end of this workshop. But I just showed her how to do the envelope folding and you joined in the middle. If you want, I can show you how to do it. If you give me like a note in the chat or speak up or give me an emoji. Wa alaikum salam tullah. You can let me know. I have time to do it before I head for Maghrib. It is so early now. And so then you can use your markers or whatever coloring tools you have to make them fun. This is also one that I did out of an old book page that I got from a vintage bookshop. And so these are very cute.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can put quotes that, touch your heart, or you can make up your own quotes. And
Yeah.
if you look up some of these amazing students, they wrote some deep wisdom. Let's see what they wrote. They wrote, never doubt yourself, be you. And they wrote, make your life worth it. And Hanifa also had some great quotes. I'm trying to find them in the chat. What did you say, Hanifa? It's good stuff. She wrote, this life is only temporary. Do something beautiful, awesome.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah, la quwwata illa billah. Okay, let's see. I think Karima messaged. Down here. Hanifa messaged, you have to leave now. I really enjoyed class. Allah barak fiki. So nice to see you. Okay, she stepped out. I'm also going to close the meeting in a minute.
Jazakallahu khairan.
Waiyaki, sister. Pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
Sarah, do you want to share your creations? So you're working hard over there?
Actually, not really, because I'm at work. I don't have all the material, and it's kind of really. Do you want to see?
Oh no, it's okay. I was asking Sarah, the girl in the gallery, because I know you just joined. So yeah, I don't want to burden you. I know that's a lot of work too. Sarah, what about you? Do you want to hold your envelope up and show us what it looks like?
Yeah.
MashaAllah, beautiful job. Did you make a note?
I'm working on them.
Okay, lovely. Good. Do you have any idea where you're gonna sneak them in? Where you're gonna put them?
No, not yet.
Not yet. You'll be inspired how to go about it. MashaAllah. All right. Well, the Adhan is about to go off, so I'm gonna close this meeting. But stay in touch. You can follow me to anyone who doesn't already get like updates from me at Sacred Art Workshops. Instagram is the best place to find me. And also there's a WhatsApp group. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, I'm not sure how to give you the link. So find me on Instagram and I can send you the link for the WhatsApp group, inshallah. All right. Sure. I hope we stay in touch. Take care, everyone. I'm going to log off. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.